Welcome to my channel, People Tech Media. We are happy to have you around. So please feel comfortable and please don't forget to like our content, to subscribe to our channel, and also share with your friends and your family, as we are dedicated to making content that will enrich your daily lives. Thank you. Okay, welcome to People Tech. Today we'll be looking at how to make a full video, a very nice, good and looking video using your mobile phone. And the application we're going to be making use of is known as Kinemaster. So you can head to your Google and download it. So I'm going to head to my Kinemaster. So now if you download the recent Kinemaster, this is what you are going to see. Although this is not a master class, so we are not starting from very beginning. Yes, so now what I'm going to do is and create new. Now creating new, you can see that you have different video sizes. Yes, in case you want to design. Now this size 16:9 is the one suitable for most, especially when you have something like Facebook, YouTube. Why this one is suitable for Instagram TV, this one is suitable for Instagram. We have 4:3, 3:4, 4:5, and 2.35:1. So now I will make use of the one suitable for YouTube, which is 16:9. Now you see photo display mode. What they actually mean is, once you you import a picture, do you want it to fit, or you want it to fill the whole place, or you want it to be random? And now once you import a photo, the photo duration, the photo, that's what's trying to tell is that the photo is going to have a duration of 4.5 seconds by default, although that default value can be increased depending on your choice, what you want. So I'm going to make sure I pick this one and this one, then I'll go to next. Now it's going to show me to pick a file first. So now this file, to me, I want to make use of my background. So there are two ways of getting background. It's either you have your own background saved on your phone already that you want to make, or you go ahead to these images. Now these images are they were all downloaded from the Kinemaster store. Yes, that was where I downloaded all of them. And to head to your Kinemaster store, you find out that this one here, you tap on it, so you can see Kinemaster asset store, so you can get to see other pictures. Although to access this Kinemaster asset store, you need to have an active internet connection on your mobile phone. So I'll cancel this. Okay, so you can see it's loading already. I don't know why it's taking this much time, but let's go ahead. Now I already have these ones downloaded already from the store. So let's say I'm going to pick something like this background. So you can pick as many as you want. So I'll pick this first one. Let me see if I can pick another one. Okay, I think I'll pick this one. Then let me pick this one as third. Then let me add one final one to it. So I think I'm okay. So see, once I'm done, I'll just cancel it. So now you can see all the pictures, all the background pictures you have picked so far. So now what I want to do first of all is that I want to write a title. So let's say, for instance, this video is having a title of which title should we give this video? So let's give it the title my first video. So what you need to do here is you need to come down. Now for you to write to write any text, you need to come to this your layers. You find out that you have different options here, so you look for the option text and you tap on it. Now this text, what I want to write is my first video with Kinemaster, right? So I'll go ahead and tap on it. Now as you can see, you find out that we have this thing here. Now the two balls, one at the top, one at the bottom, both by the right hand side. So the one at the bottom by the right hand side can be used to either increase the text or reduce it, on the size you want, while the one on top can be used to rotate the text. I get it. You can rotate it by 360. So I think I'm okay with the text like this. So to center it, you just move it horizontal centers. You find out that there's a red line trying to tell us at the middle. I getting it. Why to align it vertical center, as you go down, it will show you a red line crossed. When you see that red line crossed, that's to tell you that that's the vertical and horizontal center. So I'm going to take this one up. Now this one, our font, if let's say for instance you are not satisfied with this font, you want to change your font, you can decide to change your font. You go to this place, then as you can see, these are all the different fonts I have so far. You can see them under each division. You can see them. So now let's say you are not okay with this font and you want to get more fonts, you can easily get it from the store. You just come here and tap the store. So from here you are going to see other fonts. Sorry for the interruption. So you can see other fonts. So from here you can easily download the one you want, if all those ones are not among the ones you really like. These ones are just subdivisions of the fonts. So now I'm going to go ahead and pick this Baber's New Bold. Now once you pick the font, what you need to do is just to cancel, and you can see they have implemented my font. So now this font, what I want is that I want to draw more like a line to the font. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to head back to my layer. Now under layer you are going to see where they put handwriting. Now you tap there. Now once you tap there, this option is going to come out. I get it. Now what you are going to do is, from here you can see, you can pick different things to whether to draw a line, with one headed arrow, to draw a line with double headed arrow. This one is more like a square. This is a cycle. This is a square with a stroke. This is a stroked cycle. So what I want to do is to draw a line. Now for that line, this is where you can choose the color. Now either you make use of any color here, or if you really want to change, you can just come here and use this your color wheel to pick the one you want, or you make use of this your RGB value. Whatsoever it is left to you, is your choice. So now I'm going to work with white. Now after choosing your color, the next thing you have is the size of the line you want to draw. Now you can see these are different sizes. The bigger the size, or the bigger the diameter, the thicker the size of the line. So I think the line I want to draw, I think this third size, which is 1 2 3, the third one should be okay for me. So I'm going to go ahead. Now I'm going to hold my screen, starting from the my on the screen. I'm going to hold it and drag it as I move. Now as you see, you see that you are free to move the line about, so you have to be careful using your eye to gauge, because there's no actually anything to help you check here. So you just need to use your eye to gauge, to make sure it's really an horizontal line and not slanty. So I think I'm okay with this. So from here as you can see, I make a mistake here by putting a dot. So once you make a mistake, you can easily correct it by just going back. As you can see, this undo, 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 and undo the final one. So I think I'm okay with this line, so I'm going to press good. Now for instance, let's say, let me give you an instance. Let's say you are drawing, right? Let's say I mistakenly draw something like this, and I want to erase it, like I want to clean it. What I'm going to do is just to come here, select this one, and then you see that I'm cleaning it. Let's assume the line and draw I drew was too long. I can easily come and clean it instead of just undoing the whole thing. So that's that. And to draw back, I just go back to my drawing option. So I think I'm okay with this. So I'll come here and select this one. I think this one is not okay, it's not needed. So now I'll select this one. I'll move it to the top a little bit. I think I'm okay with this, or let me take it to the top. Let me shift it a little to the right. So I think I'm okay with this, my first video with Kinemaster. Now you find out that it will not be too nice for you to just start your video with the text that just appears, like it's not as if the text came from anywhere, like the video is starting with the text. So what to do is we are going to select the text here on the layers panel, then we are going to look for in animation. You can see it here. We'll tap. So here you can choose depending on what you really want. You can pick any of these, anyone you feel you are okay with, anyone you feel is mature enough. You can see. So I think I'm okay with this enter slide up. Good. So now the next thing I'm going to animate is this handwriting. Once I select it, you find out that the options that are meant for it to come out. So unlike that other one we did, and at times you might see that yours might not be like this, it might be like this, but you can always switch between the two using either your list or your grid view. So in this case, I'm going to use my list view. Now this first one you are seeing here is your in animation. This one is your continuous animation, then this is your out animation. So I want to animate the line. Now you can use draw by stroke, draw in order, but I think I will use slide up. Yes. So let's check again. Good. I think I like this. So it says my first video with Kinemaster. So let's now assume that okay, let's have a little write up. So let's say immediately after my first video with Kinemaster, I will, now you can move this panel about actually. So I will move it a little bit. Then I'm going to go back to my layer because I want to write a text something. I'll now go to the text and write Kinemaster is the best when it comes to mobile phone application. Kinemaster is the best when it comes to mobile phone Kinemaster is the best when it comes to mobile phone video editing application, or let's say video creation and editing application. So I'm going to press good. So you can see it here, or permit me, let me edit. Now once you write a text, to re-edit that text is just for you to select the text. Now you see this icon of keyboard, you tap on it. So I think I'm going to break it down say Kinemaster is the best when it comes to mobile phone video creation and editing application. So you can see. So now this one too, there is a text. If you like, you can use your text option to either align it to the left, to the right, or to the left, or to the middle. So I think I'm going to align it to the right here. Why here is it is if in case you want to increase the line spacing between the words, and here character if you want to increase the width of the characters. So let's see. Once you are done and you are very okay with that, you just press your good. So that's that. So let's play it and see. Okay, that's good. So one of the things that makes design interesting are the background songs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to add a sound to this file. I'll head down to my audio, and from this one, let's say I have a sound already that I want to make use of. So I'll just go to my folder, that's this place, folder. Once I go to folder, it will bring out all the folders I have on my phone. So I think let me use, there's one folder I'm having some music, so I think I'm going to use this one. And you can check the music first. You just tap it and you find out it will be playing, you understand, for you to listen whether that's the music you want to attach to it or not before you now go ahead and add it. So I think I'm okay. I've added it. So unfortunately you'll not be able to hear the sound since I'm making use of my mic, but at the end of the video we'll see what you can do. So that's how you can actually bring out text. Now this second text, this one here, we can actually put an animation to it so as to make it mature. I think I'll prefer this slide right. Yes, I think I'll prefer this slide right. Good. So now this same text, you can add a settings. You can pick the text, then come down to your background color. Now under your background color, you activate it, and you can activate full width background color, so you can see what you have here. From here you can still reduce it if you want. Yes, you can still reduce it if you want. So this is one of the ways of handling master to write, bringing out fonts and the rest. Now another thing I want to talk about is how you can actually use this Kinemaster to bring in one or two information or animate them. So let's say for instance, apart from putting an intro in our writing, I want to also animate the writing. So from here, I'm going to increase the size of this a little bit, and this one too, I'll increase it a little bit. Let me see. This one writing, I need to increase it. Just tap on it, hold, and you drag it. So now the next thing to do here is I want to bring in some screenshots or some images in. Now remember, if you want to bring in an image, using that image to create a new layer, what you need to do is just to come here, your media, and then you select whatsoever thing you want to select, whether video or music. But if what you want to import, you want it to be on top of your background, you have to come to layer, and then you go to media, then you trace the pictures you want to be there. So let me see. I think I've seen an interesting picture here. So now you can see. Now from the picture, just like how we have with the writing tool, you can use this place to increase or reduce, as well as use this place to rotate. Good. So now, why am I bringing this? I'm bringing it because we'll be using it to add effect for this picture. So now let's assume, looking at this picture, I want something to happen. I want it to move from when it was very little to a little bit higher, then now move it towards this direction so that another thing can come and occupy this space. So I'm going to bring this one out. I'm going to reduce it. So now what I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to use what they call keyframes animation. Now what are keyframes animation? Now this is the picture. You are going to select it. Once you select it, you come down to, by your left, you are going to see some options here, right? So the one that looks like a key, the icon of a key, you tap on it. Now you find out that on this panel, you see that there's more like a circular ring with a red at the middle. That's trying to tell you that you have added a point for your animation. So now the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to come to this point and add another frame. Now these two frames, because they are the same frame, you can see that as I'm moving, nothing is happening. So but from this frame now, I want to increase the picture. That's to say, like, I want to, as the picture expand, it moves to the other side. So what I'm going to do, if I'm satisfied with the difference between the starting animation and the ending animation, I'll just go ahead and add a keyframe. Now this keyframe, I'm going to use it to increase a little bit of this picture size and then move it accordingly. I think I'm okay with this. So let's play and see. So you can see, and this is what they call keyframing. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to find another teacher. Now, sorry, is to find another picture. Now looking at this one, the second picture, I'll still go to my layer and I'll look for a suitable picture. So I'm going to go head down to my download. Let's say I import what should I use now? Okay, let's say I imported another picture, the second picture, which is this. So now what I want to do is that, if you could remember the first one, it was, if you remember the first one, it was that it was little, like from small, I animated it to be big. So for this one now, I'm going to, from big, how it is like this, as big as it is, reduce the size and then position it. So from here, I'm going to allow me to increase the size to cover the whole screen. Then I'm going to go to my keyframes, right? I'll make sure. Now once you choose your keyframe, just know that the keyframe will be added immediately. Then I'll come a little bit forward and add another. Now I want the keyframe, this point, I'll add it first before reducing the size of this one. Sorry, yes, reducing the size of this one. Then after reducing the size, I'm going to move it this direction. I think I'm okay with it, so I'll press good. So let's check. So you can see from here we can decide to expand the background. Likewise, for this second picture, we have to expand to the background. So from here now, as you can see, you find out that if you move from here, this one is still remaining, which of course is not supposed to be so. So what happened is I'm going to bring the cursor to this place. Now I'm going to select this one. Now what I want to do is to move it from the right. Are you getting me? Yes. So I'll go to the scissors and I'll put trim to right of the playhead. Of course, this is the playhead. This should be the right of the playhead. That's this area, and this should be the left of the playhead. So I'm going to tap on the wait. So I'm going to select and then trim to the right of the playhead. So now let me check again and see. Good. So that's one of the ways to animate pictures. And then let's say after the first one, now we can easily come here and add text to these two places that are empty. So we can say Kinemaster is the best. So now you could see that the writings, they are not visible. Why? Because of the background is the same color of the font. Now I'm going to change the color to black, and here we are. Kinemaster is the best. So the next one I'm going to do is to see how I can animate this text. Now the main thing is for you to select the text, you go to your in animation and you choose which one you feel will be suitable to you. So I think I'm okay with this. Good. So now let's play it and see. So that's that for today. So using this technique, you can come up with an awesome video. Yes, an awesome video. And one other thing before I forget, in case you are having your own logo, you can still bring in the logo. Now what I advise you to do first is to remove the background of the logo, so that what you have is just a plain logo that can stay on any background. So now I'm going to head to my layer. I'm going to head to media, because what I want to do is to insert my logo. Now under media, let me look for this other logo I was able to make recently. I'm going to use this logo. Now as you can see, this logo is a transparent logo already. Daily wisdom capsules. So I'm going to pick it. Now as you can see, now I can position this one in this direction or this direction. So you can see daily wisdom capsules. If you like, you can even decide to send it too young. So but that's how you insert the. Now you find out that after a while in the video, you see that the logo has disappeared. So what you need to do is to drag that particular ruler, in that it is only when it gets to the end, or where you want the video to end, or where you want the logo to stop showing, that's when you now put an end to it. Let me see, like this one, I'm going to trim it to the right. So I think I'm okay like that. So let's play it again and see. Here. Yes. Yes. Good. So any other effects you want to add, maybe while editing your videos, you can just use these two concepts and you animate, or you add your keyframes to your solid, liquid, you add your keyframes to anything you are working on this video. So on even your text and your pictures, that's your images, you can add keyframes to them. Yeah, so let's write another text, and this time around let's animate the text. So I'll go to layers, I'll go to text, say good for both profession and beginners. I'm going to press OK. So now I'll change the color. To change the color of a text, you make sure number 2, you see that I've changed so the color to black. So let's assume now what I want to do. Let me separate this text into 2, both professionals and beginners. So now I'm going to increase it, I'm going to reduce it. What I'm going to do is to keyframe the text. So I'll keyframe the text here, then I'm going to move without any prior notice to this point. So I think once I'm at this point, I'm okay. What I do is I'll add the second keyframe, and once I add the second keyframe and I'm okay with it, what I'll do is to now increase the size of this. So now let me expand this previous background. Now let's play it. Let's play this last part and see. So you can see that the text too was animated. So that's that, and that's majorly the things you need to know. So thank you so much for watching. We believe that you are blessed, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our comments, invite as many people as you can. Thank you.